Sophomore, 6'9", from Bloomingdale, Illinois, number 52, Jared Coleman.
Well, here's a guy, Jared Coleman, the center at 6'7", 200-pounder.
Forward,
he's a dynamo on the board.
Number 32,
very good on the boards
Peterson.
and very good defensive play. And as you indicated, that's what the coach, that's what he likes.
At a forward, 6'5".
They're introducing Cliff Peterson, but he's not starting. But Matt Taphorn, the senior out of Beacon, Illinois, is a 3-year veteran, and he shoots 51.3% from the outside. And here's Bob Donovan. And I'm talking about from three-point range, Jerry.
Oh, he's tough. Matter of fact, he was the key to the big victory over Iowa. He hit 2 key baskets down the stretch, and he's just an outstanding, gutsy ball player.
Carter.
Here's the co-captain, Keith Carter, averaging 11.2. He's been a little slump lately.
Yeah, but knowing him, he'll come out of it.
Here's a guy that can handle the ball, and he's the second leading assist man on the team.
Well, that's what he said. The coach over there wants more ball handling.
Number 44, Kenny Miller.
Kenny Miller leading the nation in rebounds, 14.7 rebounds a game.
Showed his offense in the Detroit game with 20 points. He can do it all.
Nate Brooks.
The co-captain, Nate Brooks, the senior out of Harrison. And he's the guy that plays that tough D.
Defense, to say the least. He will go nose to nose.
Gerald Hayward.
That's my boy. 25.4 points a game, and he's just around 8 rebounds a game. He does it all.
And there's Coach Gene Sullivan, the head coach of the Runnin' Ramblers. Gerald Hayward. Matter of fact, you're going to have him on the halftime show tonight, Jerry. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Quinlan.
Mitch
Dennis devoted
Thomas
27 years of service to Loyola University
is
in the
having
areas
a
of
moment
public
of silence
relations and athletics.
for Dennis Quinlan. And a moment of silence now for Dennis Quinlan. Well, I have to tell you, Jerry Harkness, just a moment of silence is not enough for Dennis Quinlan. He has dedicated over 2 decades of his life to Loyola University. He was the scorer. He was the PR man when you won the NCAA championship for Loyola. So whatever is good in tonight's broadcast, and we hope there will be plenty, fans, is dedicated to the name Dennis Quinlan, a man that will sorely be missed at Loyola. And that is it.
Yeah, to say the least, Red. I remember him back in 1963 when we won the championship. On the spot, always doing everything to make us successful.
And now the referees for tonight's game. Ron Grissom, the referee, he is in the center. On the left is Bo Pambrocki, and on the right on your screen, Terry Anderson. And now we're ready to get underway at the amphitheater. The tip is controlled in the backcourt by Matt Taphorn. And who gets the ball? None other than quickly the big guy, Jackson, and he can handle that ball with great efficiency. Right-hand side, Ricky Jackson. Jackson out to Harris. He's the academic All-America. Tough man-to-man. Ricky Harris out high to Matt Taphorn, going inside to Coleman. The hook shot up off, no good, and Kenny Miller gets it.
You mentioned it, Red. I saw a lot of defense there. That was aggressive defense. Looks like Gene Sullivan has got them here to play tonight.
All right, here's Keith Carter over to Hayward, a 21.5-footer off, no good. The ball slammed back out of bounds, and it goes to the Redbirds.
Well, good try by Nate Brooks. He knew he couldn't bring it down. He thought Gerald was still in the same spot where he shot the ball, but Gerald, of course, what he did was try to lean back to make sure he got back on defense.
The all-time series, Illinois State leads 2-0. In 80-81 season, Illinois State was a big winner. Outside Harris, he's a three-point champion. He backs up the three-point land. It goes out to Ricky Harris, or Jackson. Jackson. Down low manhole, and fouling him right away was Keith Carter. And that's one thing it is tough to do, fouling this Illinois State team. And you'll see the foul right away as he goes into him, pushes it with the hand, and slaps it with the other hand.
Well, that was an unnecessary foul. Not a good foul by Keith. Keith, obviously a smart ball player, but not at that particular time.
I think what happened is momentum carried him into it. Tap horn, down low. Coleman turns around, jumps, shoots, partially blocked, taken off by Carter. Carter on the run, bounces down to Miller, back out to Keith Carter. The leading assist man down to Hayward, an 8-footer up off, no good, but getting it, Bankston goes up, and it is blocked beautifully by Tony Holofield. Giving it up, Miller no good, and getting it off of there is Jared Coleman.
Illinois State showed a little defense of their own.
Harris shoots in the corner, he's got a three-pointer. He shoots 43.6% from three-point land.
Well, Red, that's what we talked about. That time they got the ball down quick before we could set up a defense, and as a result, Jeff Harris let it go for three.
3-0, the Redbirds lead. This is Tim Bankston on the attack. Out to Nate Brooks. You rarely see him play that far away from the basket. Nate Brooks out high right side. Carter. Carter goes baseline, goes in, tries to hand off underneath, slapped out of bounds by Matt Taphorn, the senior out of Pekin, Illinois. He leads the team in three-point percentage at 51.3, he being Matt Taphorn.
But you can't take that away from his overall game. His gutsy, he's a hustler. He's one of their better all-around players.
Shot is up by Hayward. The third shot he missed. It goes into Nate Brooks, and he is fouled as he goes up for the shot by Matt Taphorn, the senior out of Pekin, Illinois.
And Red, that's one of the strong points for us, and one of the weak points for Illinois is the rebounding. You see here we battled underneath, and finally Taphorn fouls Nate Brooks, and he gets a chance for two.
All right, Nate Brooks has thrown nothing but bricks up. I hate to say it, fans, but that's the way it is. Nate Brooks shooting 39.6% from the charity stripe. But he has one of the most infectious smiles you'll ever see.
If you say anything positive about his free throw shooting, there we go.
It worked again, didn't it? Every time we say something in a derogatory vein, and we don't mean it maliciously by any stretch of the imagination, but it invariably turns them around.
Look at that stat. Field goal, 50%, 39.6 from the free throw line.
Hey, Doug Bruno worked with him during the week and said all it is concentration. 3-2 Redbirds. With the ball, Ricky Jackson, the sophomore out of Mount Morris, Michigan, goes in, and Bankston fouls him as Ricky started to go up for the shot, and Tim Bankston was all over him like a blanket.
Well, Red, that again was he's overplaying Rick there, and he went right around him. Bankston, of course, trying to play very aggressive, hard-nosed defense, but he was way out in no man's land. You can get off him a little bit until he gets around the paint there. But he's awfully quick, so he went right around Bankston.
Jackson is a 75% shooter from the line, and you see why right there. That makes it 4-2. Ricky, only a sophomore, played his high school ball at Flint Beecher. It is up, and it's off, no good, and getting it is Bankston off of the board. He went up with conviction that time.
He's got a lot of athletic ability.
Out of bounds as Carter tried to lead Miller, and he led him a little too much.
Well, Red, as I see it, as another ball player, Keith is trying a little too hard. He's not really in his own there. And he lost his man there at that time. You can't let Harris shoot like that. He was on the other end of the court, and Jeff had an easy shot. Fortunately, he missed it.
Bankston, left-handed hook, no good. Gets the rebound, turnaround, fake, fade away, puts it up, off, no good. The tip, no good. Up and off, no good. The tip by Nate Brooks is good, and Nate has all 4 points to tie it up.
And once again, if we're going to beat this club, beat them at the weakness. Keep shooting and trying to get those rebounds. That's their weakness. We're taking advantage of it thus far.
Down low it goes. Holyfield. Back out to the Taphorn. The shot by Coleman up, and it is off. No good, and getting it, the littlest guy on the court, Keith Carter. Here comes Carter down the left side to Bankston. Bankston out to Keith, co-captain. And a foul is called on Tony Holofield. He was reaching over the back of is like number Nate Brooks, both of them wearing number 45, and he was muscling him. It's tough to muscle Nate Brooks.
It certainly is. And one thing, as I see, Gene Sullivan has told his players to definitely try to get it in a little more. Sure, if we got the outside shot, shoot it, but let's get the ball inside.
Carter trying to pass under, and it's slapped out of bounds by Tony Hollifield out of Oak Park, Michigan. 16:15 to go in the first quarter. It's only a 4-4 score. Bankston into Hayward. Carter out high. On in is Harris. Carter looks inside, bounces inside, starting to go up and putting the shot up and in was Tim Bankston. I tell you, he's a magician. He'll get that shot off no matter what happens.
Well, he's got a good body underneath there, and a lot of times he throws that left hand behind the body to protect it.
Taphorn for three from outside.
That's why he shoots 50-some%. We're going to have to bounce out on that and stop him, make him drive. But 50% is really good shooting from the three-point.
And there's a foul on the way to the bucket. Matt Taphorn committing the foul as Bankston loves to drive to the lane.
You look at Taphorn's. Let's take a look and see if he got him there. Got him with a little body there, so good call by the official.
Timeout on the court, 15:40 to go in the first half, and it's the Redbirds 7, Loyola 6. We'll be right back. Well, Bob Donewald and the Redbirds lead 7-6 over the Runnin' Ramblers. This copyrighted broadcast is presented for the entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction or other use of this program without the express written consent of Loyola University and Sports Vision is strictly prohibited. Jerry, there are several games on tap tonight, and not really a big schedule of basketball, but I have to tell you, we really enjoy the fact that we get the scores as rapidly as we do, because we get them about as quickly as anyone in the country, and all thanks to Sports Page. Here's the score that we have for you. South Carolina, with 2 minutes left, leads Florida State 71-61. All right, it'll be the Ramblers bringing the ball in. 7-6, Redbirds lead. Bankston out here to Hayward, down low to Kenny. Turnaround shot up, off, no good, and getting the ball off of there and hanging on for dear life was Tony Hollifield.
Good defense by Illinois State. They had 3 guys on Miller at that time.
Cliff Peterson into the lineup, and it goes out to Jeff Harris. Getting the ball inside, Coleman puts a shot up, off, no good, and the ball slapped out of bounds. Last touch by Kenny Miller. Cliff Peterson, who had a sore ankle, did not start tonight's game, but he is in the lineup now. And he is in the lineup for Matt Taphorn. There you see Bob Donewald in his 10th season for Illinois State. Out here, Ricky Jackson. 2 for 3 from three-point range, and Loyola is 0 for 1. Harris puts it down low. Peterson, Harris drives in, puts it up, off, no good. Underneath, up and in, Tony Hollifield, and that makes it a 9-6 score. Boy, they had some rough muscle going on under that bucket.
Well, we got out of position when Nate Brooks went up to try to block the shot, and he fell down and made it awfully easy for Jeff to get the easy basket.
You talk about tough defense. There's a three-pointer by Gerald Hayward. He said, you try 3, I'll try 3.
Well, they converging down on Nate, and he took advantage of it and shot it outside.
And there's a nice little 10-footer by Tony Hollifield to make it 11-9 score. Redbirds out on top again after they were tied at 9-all. Bankston going against Ricky Jackson. The shot by Hayward off, no good. Kenny Miller has it, turns around, left-handed hook shot up and in. What a soft hook by Kenny Miller to tie it up at 11.
I really like that young man, to say the least. He got the offensive board, went to the basket very well. The only opening was the left hand. He took advantage of it.
And there's a foul called inside. I believe it's going to be yes on Nate Brooks. Nate is having a little muscle job in there. And I mean with Tony Hollifield.
Nate most of the time plays against the most aggressive, the better forward or center on the team, and he's had a lot of problems, but he's our best defensive player.
Shot by Ricky Jackson, off no good, but Harris gets the rebound for Illinois State. Illinois State back over to Ricky Jackson. He's not the most prolific three-pointer. Out high to Coleman. Uriah gives it back out here to Peterson. Peterson being hounded by Hayward. Hayward staying right in his face. They could call 5. They don't. It goes out to Gerard Coleman. Coleman gives it to Ricky Jackson from Mount Morris, Michigan. Here's Harris. Down low it goes to Gerard. Back out to Ricky Jackson. And we have a foul called inside. This, I believe, is going to be on Keith Carter. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's Keith.
That's the second one called on Keith. And that, incidentally, is the 4th team foul called against Loyola. Back east, Pittsburgh leads Providence 46-28. Gerard Coleman back out high to Jackson. Over here to Harris. He travels on his way to the basket. No question about it.
Well, just not too long ago, Keith got that foul because they're attempting to get Jeff Harris open. And away from the basket, there are 2 or 3 picks for him underneath, and Keith tried to battle through him. He's got a rough defensive assignment in Jeff Harris.
And there's a foul committed. The basket counts by Carter, and he was fouled by Jeff Harris. And that was one of those iffy calls. If he calls it, well and good. If he doesn't, it shouldn't be.
Jeff is still moving. He's moving with him. A good call by the official. If he was planted there, the offensive foul would have been called. But good move by Keith to the basket. You'd like to see Keith move like that to the basket.
And I tell you, that's one thing that Keith Carter has been a little reluctant to do quite a bit. Not because he can't, because he really can, but one of the basic reasons that he hasn't done it is he loves to dish off. It is up by Keith. It is good by Keith. And now that's the biggest lead of the night for Loyola, 14-11. Cliff Peterson, a new face in there. Sonny Roberts in the lineup. Sonny just came in. Out high, Tony Hollifield. Bounces down to Sonny Roberts. Sonny looking on him is Kenny Miller. Down low it goes to Hollifield. The turnaround jump shot off, no good. And getting it inside, Hollifield up, off, no good. And Kenny Miller with another rebound. He has been tenacious on the board.
And I like the defense Loyola is playing, as well as aggressive play to the basket here. See, he's missing his shot. He's coming up with his own rebound.
Man, they're letting the play underneath. The shot was missed, and the Redbirds come out flying.
I'm surprised we didn't get that foul on that play. I know Hayward was upset, but we are winning it on the boards, as you can see there. That's why we're ahead. Offensively, 6-3 as far as rebounds are concerned.
And that's a rarity to be leading in that department by that, and three-point range. It's good by Jeff Harris, his second three-pointer, and that ties it at 14-all.
You can't hesitate, and Keith has got to realize that. You got to get right up on him every time.
Ball goes out to Bankston, over to Gerald from 16. He's going to be off the iron, no good. Harris gets the rebound. Incidentally, Jeff Harris is 2 for 3 from three-point range, and now he's 3 for 4. He has 9 points, and it's 17-14 Redbirds.
Well, we talked about him right early on, and they had a double pick, ran Keith right into it. He was open up for the easy shot. We're going to have to make adjustments on that.
Down inside to Hayward, turnaround 13-footer, high off, no good. Kenny gets it, and we're going to have a foul called inside, I believe, against Tony Hollifield. We'll have to wait and see what Ron Grissom, the referee, calls. 4, 5, Hollifield. Okay.
Nate Brooks and Kenny have been just absolutely superb on the boards.
Timeout on the court, 11:22 to go. The Redbirds on top by 3, 17-14. We'll be back. It's 17-14, 11:22 to go in the first half. Here's another score as South Carolina, with 2 minutes left, leads 71-61 over Florida State. 17-14 the score. We incidentally love to keep you abreast of all the scores going on. And back east, Pittsburgh leads Providence 54-37. That's a big one. Rhode Island beat Massachusetts 101-78. And three-point field goal shooting, 4 for 5 for the Redbirds, 1 for 2 by Loyola.
And of course, that's been the difference thus far. That's the main reason for the three-point lead.
Kenny Miller way out on the wing has the ball. Gives it to Nate Brooks, and you rarely see him out there, as I told you earlier. Carter inside the Bankston, goes up, shoots, got it. A little soft hook by Bankston makes it a 1-point Redbird lead.
And a good move. Gene Sullivan called that play on the timeout there, where Bankston came across the middle. Good move and well executed by the Ramblers.
Ricky Jackson out high to Randy Blair, who just came in. Randy starting inside, goes outside to Jackson, bounces down low to Coleman, ball slapped away, and it goes out of bounds. It's awarded to Illinois State. Antoine Johnson comes into the lineup, and going out is Nate Brooks. I think they want a little more scoring. Nate Brooks gives you all the D in the world. Harris triggers it into Ricky Jackson. Back to Jeff Harris. Harris is 3 out of 4 from three-point range. Ball slapped away, a turnover, and here comes Gerald Hayward. He goes in, scoop shot, no good. The ball slapped, and it goes over into the hands of Cliff Peterson. Here comes a 4-on-2. Right-hand side, giving the ball Randy Blair, outside to Harris, fakes outside to Jackson. Jackson bounces inside, ball slapped away, and Kenny Miller was on the back of John Pemberton. Kenny Miller commits his first foul. That is the 15th foul. John Pemberton, the sophomore out of Bloomingdale, Illinois. Here you have a chance to see it. That was kind of one of those soft ones, wasn't it?
But Pemberton has got a strong body. And of course, it was hard to get around him. He had a lot of problems getting around him.
Shot by Harris. Good from three-point land. He is 4 for 5 from three-point land. And now it is a 4-point lead, 20-16.
And once again, the three-point play has been the key factor. We knew it at the beginning of the ball game that would be their key weapon, and thus far it has turned out to be pretty true.
Man-to-man employed by the Redbirds all the way. There's Antoine outside from 19, shoots off, no good. Bankston puts it up, off, no good, and he is fouled as he went up for the shot. Tim Bankston's gotten some good boards here, and he was fouled by number 53, John Pemberton.
Bankston has got real good body control. As you take a look at this, he sneaks underneath, pulls it into himself. Watch how he goes out, and then he pulls it way back, get that contact. He pushed off a little bit to make the contact.
I got news for you. That foul was by Randy Blair, and certainly not by John Pemberton. Guarantee you that, man. But it doesn't matter. From Simeon High School in Chicago, the left-hander fires up. He can't hit the ocean. And getting it is Kenny Miller. He is called for travel.
Oh.
Now there is a strange call by Terry Anderson. I say strange in the fact that Randy Blair was all over him and pulling the ball, and you see Coach Gene Sullivan up and complaining to the officials. Well, that was a strange call.
Oh, he had a right to be. I don't know if both of them at that split second had control of the ball when he called it.
Randy Blair back over to Jackson. Jackson to John Pemberton, puts it up, off, no good. And Gerald puts it up to Bankston. The alley-oop almost out of bounds, and trying to save it was Kenny, but it is taken by Harris. A turnover for Loyola. Jackson goes in, puts it up. Good move by Ricky Jackson for his third point of the evening and the biggest lead of the night, 22-16, a 6-point Redbird lead.
Turnovers are key here. We can't turn it over a lot. I'm talking about Loyola, and that last one down was a bad pass.
Antoine Carter looking inside, goes back to Antoine. Alley-oop down low, a turnaround shot banked up, no good, and a foul called on Antoine Johnson as he came charging in. And he went in for the first foul by Antoine and the 6th team foul.
Well, once again, a very bad move by Antoine. You can see that Illinois, they got good position underneath. Two guys, and he goes over the top there. They had good position. But he's an aggressive ball player, and a lot of times he gives up fouls like that because he's so aggressive.
Well, I don't know what they're going for the 1-and-1 for. That's only the 6th team foul.
All you need.
No. You need 7, son. You need 7. You got to get back into the game.
All right.
All right, now they're going back down the other way. They comprehend what the rules of the game are.
Well, I do pacer games too, professional games. You got the pro mix up with the college here.
All right, here comes Ricky Jackson rolling right. This is Harris. Jeff Harris bounces down to Pemberton. John looks inside, bounces down low. Going down, Blair. Reverse layup is good by Randy Blair. And the biggest lead of the evening at 24-16. An 8-point lead. 8:18 to go in the first half. Carter inside, shoots up, off, no good. Hayward gets the ball, puts it up, but he was fouled before he put it up. He was fouled down low by Cliff Peterson. So Gerald Hayward will go to the charity side. You'll see where he is fouled here before he puts it up, as he came off of the backboard with the ball, but he was fouled before he put it up. Front end of a 1-and. Now, I hope this isn't the kiss of death, but Gerald has been outstanding lately from the charity line. Well, it did not give him the kiss of death. He got his 4th point instead. He is up from a 38% to a 69% from the stripe. Gerald eyes it, he tries it, and he can't buy it. The ball tipped no good. We're going to have jump ball, and that means the ball will be awarded to Loyola. Pemberton and Carter were tied up, and so Loyola gets a break right there by getting the ball out of bounds.
Well, good effort and good hustle by Keith Carter to get that.
You saw the possession arrow there. Carter deep in the corner. Outside it goes. 60% from field goal for Illinois State, only 27.7 for Loyola. Bankston starts inside, goes inside, turns around, tries to lay it off, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ricky Jackson. Bankston a little too much of a whirling dervish right there.
And also Illinois State is doing extremely well defensively.
Timeout on the court, 7:53 to go, and it's Illinois State 24, Loyola 17. We'll be back. Right here on Sports Vision. The next Bulls game is Wednesday, January 27th at 6:30, live from Philadelphia, as the Bulls meet the 76ers. Join Jim Durham and the big redhead, not the old redhead, Johnny Gurr, for all the action as Doug Collins takes his men on the road to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Bankston to trigger it in. He does to Carter. Down by 7, Loyola shooting poorly from outside. It goes down to Kenny, puts a 6-footer up off, no good. Antoine has it, lays it up off, no good. The ball taken out of bounds. A foul called by Ricky Jackson as he went over the shoulder of Kenny Miller. Kenny will go to the line for the front end of a 1-and. Come on, Kenny, you were fouled.
You see there, Kenny has good position. There he is. Kenny had good position, and he ran right into him.
Kenny was reluctant to go over the line. He is only a 49% shooter, actually 48.9. Front end of a 1-and good. Doug Bruno has been working and working with Nate Brooks and Kenny Miller and Tim Bankston. It did not pay off with Bankston, but it did with Miller, and it did with Nate Brooks. All right, 24-19 the score. 19-11 in rebounds. Loyola leads the Redbirds. Harris drives the baseline. Goes in, and a foul called. They're going to call it, I believe, against Kenny Miller. This would be interesting to see again. The baseline should have been cut off in the first place.
But it wasn't, and a good move. As you know, Keith is playing close up on him because he's so aggressive on the three-point. But good move, good body contact by Jeff. He moved into him, but if Kenny had just been stationary, he would have gotten the offensive foul.
That's the whole thing. All he had to do was Stand high. It's up and in. 13 points for Jeff Harris. He averages 15.9. All he had to do, he didn't have to go up at all, just stand with his hands high. He's made 40 of the last 43 free throws that he has put in the air. And now, you see, he makes another one. He leads everyone with 14.
Well, he's been around basketball a long time. I'm sure his dad has had him shoot free throws. His dad is the athletic director at Lawrence North in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Carter goes against Jeff. Carter bounces down low. Antoine puts it up, banks it off of the glass and in for his first bucket of the night.
Good pass by Keith Carter also.
5-point game. Randy Blair down to Jeff. Jeff Harris, an academic All-America, goes in, shoots no good. Getting it Pemberton, and he's got it up and in. I tell you, John Pemberton got that rebound, wasted no time in putting it up and in.
Well, Kenny Miller went to try to stop Jeff Harris, and as a result was out of position, and Pemberton got the easy shot.
Bankston goes in, the foul called before the fact. I believe it's on Coleman, but we'll have to wait and see. As Ron Grissom goes out center, it is on Randy Blair first. Both with a 2 and a 5 in the number. There you see Blair moving over, and he got him. Jumping up at the end there was Coleman, as you saw, but to no avail. It is up, front end of a one and Bankston. Maybe the dividends will start paying off now.
Free throws are very important in this ball game, especially in this kind of a game, because Illinois State shoots so well. And of course, we've been first. That's why it's so important, those free throws. We've missed 3 or 4 of them thus far, even though we have improved in this area.
Ricky goes inside and shoots, and he's got his 5th point of the night. And that makes it a 30-22 score.
Bankston gambled on him and lost out, left him open for the easy shot.
Here comes Carter against Jeff Harris. Bankston down low. They two-time it. Going in to stuff it home is Kenny Miller. And he got it. Wham, bam.
Oh, the beautiful thing about this, and hopefully we got it. Let's take a look. They came over and doubled. He went in between both, went right up, all 3 of them on him. Good move by the big fella, Kenny Miller. And the key to that, Red, is that you got to make the move right away. They come over and double, but you got to make the move right away.
And that's the one thing that Coach Gene Sullivan said on the pregame. And they're going to say that they violated the lane, and so Kenny Miller's going to have another opportunity. He is 2 for 3.
We thought Coleman got in just a little bit too early.
It is good. All right, let's see what happens now. Left-hand side to Randy Blair. Randy out high to Harris. Harris looks low, goes out high to Jackson. Jackson has a screen and it dissolves. Down here to Coleman, gives it to Blair, back to Coleman, turnaround, push shot up and in. Gerard has his first deuce of the night. 32-25. There's an alley-oop. Stop time by Kenny Miller for his 9th point.
They're looking for him. They're going to him, and he's showing them everything. Look at this pass by Keith. He put it on the money right there. Hamilton had no chance for that.
And who got the foul on it? You'll see right here. Yeah. I tell you, that was John Pemberton. It is up and in by Kelly for his 10th point. 4-point game now, 32-28.
And Red, that's a set play called by Gene Sullivan.
Harris, turnaround, 18-footer, he's got it.
He's red hot. I know he hits them very well from out there. As you indicate, he's right at his average about now, isn't he?
Well, he's got 16 points.
He's over his average.
15.9, so he's home free. Bouncing down low, getting it. Miller starting to go for the shot. It is blocked. A foul called outside on Bankston as he moved over into the path of the on-charging Ricky Jackson. 2 fouls called on Bankston, 1 and 1 coming for Ricky Jackson.
You got to almost give him a little more room because he's awfully fast, Red. And here he went for the steal. He should have backed up and played better defense on him. He went for the steal in the backcourt.
34-28 the score. And now a new face coming in, Derek Stokes from Rockford, Illinois. He's only a freshman. And look at the frame on this young man. 6'5", 215-pounder. Bob Donewald has to be happy with the recruiting he's done. So they talk about happy. I know that Tom Brennan was happy to be able to talk with his girlfriend down in Normal, Illinois, who goes to Illinois State. Joan Carroll, who's watching the game with yours truly, Red Rush and Jerry Hart. It's up and good by Ricky Jackson. So on behalf of Tom Brennan, who happens to be the ticket manager for the Ramblers, a very big hello to Joan Carroll. Jackson puts it up. He's got 7 points now. Well, it's back to an 8-point lead. 36-28. 5:05 to go, first half. Antoine out high. Gives it to Carter, slapped away, right over here and slapped back in. Carter has it. Down to Hayward, goes up and it's blocked by Pembert. Pembert saves it down to Ricky Jackson. Great play by Pembert. And stolen down low by Antoine Johnson. Turnovers are a factor. Going in, passing off, and there's another turnover by Tim Bankston. Fans, this is alley ball right now.
But you got to give a lot of credit to Pemberton. He really made a good move defensively, and that was the key on Hayward's shot.
Well, the thing is, they both should have given up the ball earlier. Turnovers, Loyola 5, Illinois State 3. Down low it goes to Derek Stokes, out to Ricky. Here's a shot out high by Coleman, and look at Kenny Miller go high. He wants that ball and more.
He's doing it all right now, Red.
The pass knocked out of bounds. And the Ramblers get the ball. 4 minutes left to go. Timeout on the court. It's the Redbirds 36, Loyola 28, and we'll be back.
That Evansville team is a real good team. Marty Simmons and Scott Hafner. Matter of fact, they beat Xavier by 2 at Evansville.
Here Rogers into the lineup, and he's in for Carter. Antoine out to Bankston. Bankston. They're playing a double post, and they've got a double stack, too. Here comes Bankston. Over to Keir, right side, fakes, jumps a 12-footer, good. I told you Keir was dear.
He just relaxed, takes his time, gets himself settled. He looks like he's got a lot of composure out there.
Yeah, Keir Rogers from Michigan City, Indiana. Outside it goes to Derek Stokes. This is Randy Blair. Down low to Cole.
He walked.
And he puts it up and in. They should have called traveling on him. That was traveling and no call. 38-30. We tried to let the referee, Terry Anderson, he's not the referee. Antoine from 19, high off to a good Keir. Gets the ball, throws it in the air, back to Bankston. Good save from Freeland. It's good by Gerald Hayward.
That's a perfect example what hustle can do. Keir saved that ball, and as a result, we got a 3-point play by Hayward.
With the ball, Pembert. Right-handed hook up and in off of the glass. I like this John Pembert.
Oh, he used his body real well on that particular play, moving in with that hook shot. He's playing with aggressiveness.
Here comes Bankston. He's going against Randy Blair, the sophomore out of Peoria, Illinois. Bankston needs some help. He gets it by Keir, gets the ball back. Kenny Miller asking the officials to call something on Pembert. Kenny gets it, looks, he should shoot from there, but he decides not to. Antoine from 17, yes.
A lot of times that man on the opposite side is going to be open because they're converging down on Kenny from the opposite side.
I just don't believe. There you see it's 40-35 with 1:55 to go, first half. Jeff Harris outside to Stokes. Stokes out here to Coleman, puts it up off, no good, and getting it is Gerald Hayward. Here comes Hayward on the attack. Going inside, Bankston, steep shot up, off, no good, gets it back, up and in. Tim Bankston, with a lot of hustle and determination, has 7 points, and it's a 3-point game.
Oh, that was a good move going up the middle. He's playing with a lot of determination the way Bankston always plays.
All right, Stokes has the ball. Hayward Hayward reached in and got a piece of it. He was on top of him. About one more count, it would have been a 5-second call.
Well, as we indicated, we're playing really aggressive defense, and a lot of times that does come about a lot of fouls as Sonny Roberts come in. He's a 6'7" sophomore.
From South Beloit, Illinois. He went to Rockford Boylan High School. All right, Derek Stokes at the line, front end of a 1-N. And this is where the Redbirds are tough at the charity stripe. Derek puts it up. He's got it. And when I tell you tough, fans, I mean they are triple tough at that line. That makes it 41-37 with 1:17 to go on the Budweiser scoreboard. Sit back and relax because this Bud's for you. Derek Stokes puts it up and line drives it in. Good trajectory by Derek. Now Derek goes out and Ricky Jackson comes in as they build it back up to a 5-point lead, Jerry Harkness.
Well, Red, I tell you, this Illinois State team, they really come together as a team. One guy is not doing well, the other one will pick him up. John Pimpleton, that we talked about, he's only averaging about 2 points a game, but today he's playing extremely well. That's been the difference in this club.
Antoine fakes, passes down low. Gerald puts it up, rolls off, no good, and he tips it up and in. Now Gerald Hayward followed his own shot and tipped it up and in, and it's a 3-point game. Final score, Rhode Island beat Massachusetts 101-78. Harris with Keir Rogers on it. Down low it goes. Looking, hooking, up, off, no good, and a foul called on Sonny Roberts. He went over the back of Gerald Hayward. Final score, South Carolina beat Florida State 80-72. And hey, you talk about someone that's out here rooting the Ramblers home. Look at over there.
Look
right here.
Good defense there by the Ramblers. And as you notice there, you saw Kenny move him out. And, of course, he attempted to go over Hayward. Good move by Kenny there.
There's Jerry and Mike and Pat and Pete. All the Gleasons are here. The shot by Kenny, no good, but Keir gets it. Right-hand side, Antoine, 33 seconds left. Will they go for one or will they try for more? Gerald puts it up. He's got it and he is fouled.
What I like is that Gene Sullivan is leading it inside, trying to put it inside, getting Hayward on that corner one-on-one, and Gerald's got such good body control that it's hard to stop him. As you see here, they're throwing it inside a lot. He throws his body in there. Good move by Hayward.
Well, I tell you, they really went inside, and that's putting it mildly. Here comes Hayward's shot up, and it's tied up at 42 all as he has his 12th point.
You can be sure, Red, Illinois State will hold for one shot here. They'll pass it around probably just for one shot.
Ball goes out. Hayward trying to steal it, and he fouls it.
Good call by the official. It's a shame.
Well, it was a good call, but at the same time, it was great hustle by Hayward. He thought he had a chance. He got his hand on it, but he also got his hand on him.
You know, I was just wondering how many. We don't want to get him in foul trouble. That's just the second foul as we see there.
Randy Blair at the line. He's a .545 shooter from the stripe. It is on the way. It's good. I tell you, they hit everything at that charity stripe, don't they? Pemberton comes back in, and going out is Gerard Coleman, who has 2 fouls on the evening. So does Pemberton.
Well, Pemberton is a better defensive ball player, and that's why Coach Dunwell has him coming in.
Randy Blair has his 4th point, and it's a 2-point lead. 17 seconds left to go.
Also, Jeff Harris is not that great on defense, so Red, they got their best defensive team in there. I'm talking about Illinois State.
All right, here comes Bankston. 10 seconds left on the clock. Kim going against Jackson. Goes in outside to Kier. He starts in. The ball stolen by Jackson. 1 second. There's a long shot. No good. As the shot after the fact. And so that's the end of the first half here at the International Amphitheater with the score. Illinois State University Redbirds 44 and the Runnin' Ramblers 42. And we'll be back after this timeout. Loyola basketball on Sports Vision is being sponsored by Treasure Island. Suddenly, the good life becomes much cheaper. And by Keebler, uncommonly good crackers, cookies, and smacks. And by United Airlines, rededicated to giving you service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies. And by Sports Page, by Beeper Plus, all the scores and so much more. Our special guest here at halftime, the outstanding sports writer for the Chicago Sun-Times. I'm talking about Bob Pilley. And Bob, we're seeing a knockdown, drag-out game.
That it is, Red. There seems to be a lot of three-point plays and three-point baskets in this one.
When you talk about three-point plays, 4 of them by Jeff Harris, who leads with 16 points.
I've heard that they call him the poor man Steve Alford around Normal, and I guess that's about what he is. He works like Alford, and he throws in the shots the way Alford did.
How about the game as you see it here in the first half? What's your analysis of the Redbirds and Loyola?
I think that Loyola is hanging in there with better rebounding, and that's the main thing that's keeping Loyola in the game against ISU shooting right now. That and the way that Hayward scored at the end of the half with, what he got, 8 points out of 3 baskets?
Well, I know one thing about Hayward. He has ended up with 12 points thus far. He has 4 baskets, 1 a three-pointer, but Hayward actually missed his first 5 shots.
Well, when he comes back hitting, he keeps shooting, and eventually he hits.
And one thing about Hayward, you know that he gives that 110% all the time. Anything defensively interesting from the Redbirds' standpoint?
Well, I think the most interesting defensive maneuver in the game is Carter having to fight through all these picks trying to chase down Harris. He's having a very tough night doing that.
I tell you, they set outstanding picks out there for Jeff Harris, and he seems to get that ball fired out to him. That's why he was 4 for 5 from three-point range early on in the game.
And I think, wasn't it his first 4 baskets were from out there?
Yeah, you're right on the money. I don't know if I like that. Bob Pilley always seems to be right and always covers the outstanding sporting events in Chicagoland area with the Sun-Times. Bob here tonight, Bob Dunewald, in his 10th season with Illinois State, seems to be doing an outstanding job as usual.
He does it every year. Whether he seems to have the material or not, he always comes up with a very tough team. They've already won a game that nobody figured they would win when they pulled one out at Bradley a couple of weeks ago.
And they also did the same thing against Iowa.
And against Iowa out in the all-college tournament in Oklahoma City. Then they had the misfortune of running into Oklahoma's shooting show the next night.
What do you feel that the Ramblers need to get on the winning track?
It's hard to tell, Red. They play hard. They just haven't gotten untracked in a lot of ways. I think that they can still, that they have 2 more conference games coming up this next Saturday and Monday with St. Louis and Evansville. Winning those should give them the confidence to get moving again.
There you have it, fans, from Bob Pilley of the Chicago Sun-Times, and Jerry Harkness will be back with Gerald Hayward right after this timeout.
Our halftime guest is a 6'7" forward for the Loyola Ramblers, Gerald Hayward. Gerald, to say the least, you're having a great offensive year thus far. What's been the key?
Well, I've been concentrating on my jump shot during the whole summer, and I feel right now my jump shot is really getting me by on a lot of guys. A lot of my opponents been like 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", been guarding me, and I just been trying to square up and take a nice little jump shot. I feel I've been working as hard as I can on inside and outside, working on my game in both ways. I feel right now I just have to work a little harder on inside, positioning well down on the post, and I feel that I did a good job the last 4-5 games on doing it. Next game, this game here coming up against Illinois State, it's going to be a nice little challenge going inside against a bigger opponent. He's 6'8", his name is Holyfield, and he will be sticking me tonight, and we're going to go out and have some fun tonight on the basketball court.
You know, Gerald, you talked about your offense being pepped up, but I saw a difference in you in your defense. You're really working hard in that area as well.
Oh, yes. Coach Wakefield been getting on me in practice.
The Redbirds of Illinois State on top, and Jerry Harkness, action. Well, we've seen plenty of it here tonight.
Oh, especially in the fella Kenny Miller. What can you say about him? We know about his rebounding, but he's shown another part of his game tonight, of course, and that's his offensive ability. We knew he could do it. They got the ball to him, and as a result, we're in this ball game.
And he has a ton of rebounds here in the first half, and he showed why he's so good. Right here you see Bankston putting his shot up, and then the ball taken inside by Hayward. He puts it up ever so softly, misses, but it is up and in. I tell you, you talk about rebounding. Now, look at Jeff Harris. Is he something else?
Oh, he's tough. I've always liked him, as I indicated here. Good rebound, as I indicated. That Brooks, of course, got out of position, and Hollifeld got that good shot, but aggressive, hard-nosed play by us. This guy is tough.
Harris, that three-pointer from outside, is something else. But you talk about tough. Here is Mr. Tough and Stuff. That is Kenny Miller.
We can't say enough about Kenny. And watch this, a good pass by Keith Carter, and a foul is called there as he bumped him from behind.
Here is Hayward trying a little soft hook. It misses, but who gets the rebound? Hayward. He tips it up and in. And Hayward has come up with 12 points after missing his first 5 shots of the night.
And that's not normal for him, because normally he starts off strong. I'd rather for him to start off weak and come when we really need him at the tail end of a ball game.
Well, in the scoring department, the high point man in the game, well, you guessed it, fans, Jeff Harris. He has 16 points. He's 4 for 5 from three-point range.
And boy, what can you say? And that's been pretty rough on him. As you see there, Harris with 16 points. But the key to him is that Keith had to play up on him. He was able to drive around. When you got your outside shot going, it helps your inside game. Jackson also with 7 points as far as Illinois is concerned. Hollifield 4, Coleman 4, and Pimpleton, who's only averaging 2 points a game, has come in and given them a real good lift.
Now let's take a look at Loyola. Hayward leading the scoring parade with 12 points. They came late in the first half. Kenny Miller with 10 points. And Kenny Miller, I've got to tell you, fans, he has 8 rebounds, 4 offensive, 4 defensive. 7 points for Bankston, Johnson for 4, and Carter only 3 points. So there you have it, 44-42. And we'll be back with the start of the second half after this timeout. 44-42, Illinois State leading. Red Rush along with Jerry Harkness on the story here from the International Amphitheater. Let's take a look at the statistics in the first half. And the big significant one there, 26 rebounds for Loyola to 14 for Illinois State.
That's one in our favor. The other one, of course, is the three-point shooting, where Illinois State has hit 5 out of 7. Loyola, not bad, 2 out of 3. We indicated throughout the broadcast that they were tough from three-point line, and they make a lot of picks for those great shooters, Jeff, to get that shot off. So it's not as easy as you think. We're trying to play up on top of them, but a lot of picking is going on by Illinois State to get their three-point shooters open.
Now, Matt Taphorn, who has only 3 points, that, of course, from three-point range, he leads the shooting parade from three-point range for them. He is 1 for 1, and that one a three-pointer. Now you know why he leads in that area. Starting the second half, Matt Taphorn, along with Jeff Harris, right here in front of our Sports Vision microphone. They will also have Ricky Jackson, Coleman, and Tony Hollifield. That's the starting lineup for the Redbirds as we're ready to go. Ricky Jackson outside to Mathorn. Mathorn inside. Down low it goes. Coleman, a 9-footer up off, no good. But getting it off of there, Hollifield puts it up and in. Good hustle by Hollifield. And he made a couple of extra head fakes to get it.
That's probably one of the first few offensive rebounds that Illinois State has gotten. We've been doing real well on the rebound end of it.
Going in is Hayward, and Hayward has 14 points now. A good feed from Carter. Back to a 2-point game.
I might add, Red, that Taphorn has got the ball now, has had a lot of problems with that leg, and that's probably the reason why he didn't play as many minutes as you would want him to.
Matt Taphorn looks down low, and he's giving the ball down. Blocked beautifully by Nate Brooks, and Nate comes up with the ball. Well, I tell you, that was a good job of blocking by Nate. Bankston outside to Carter. Carter over to Hayward. He can tie it up, and he does, and he is fouled by Ricky Jackson. Good job by Hayward. Good feed by Carter. And Hayward, who averages 25.4 points a game, can put the Ramblers on top.
You see there that Ricky tried to pull back, but he still got him with his body there. Good move by Hayward as he came around a double pick there.
Hey, I got to tell you, fans, we're in for a dandy here tonight. 16 points for Hayward. They've got 12 on the screen. That was at halftime. It is up and good. He now has 17 prodigious digits. And it's a 47-46 lead, Loyola. Harris down low, Carter on him. Harris looks out, goes to Ricky Jackson. Ricky, Harris, and a foul call on Carter. That was using his body, and that was a little over-anxious and, frankly, a little foolish.
Well, Red, what you said earlier, that the momentum carried it into him. He's going under a lot of picks underneath. And that time he busted through a pick, and by the time he came out on him, his momentum had carried him into the ball player there.
All right, out to Mathorn, 47-46. Hayward is on Matt Taphorn. Coleman. This is Ricky Jackson. Harris from 3, off no good. And hey, that's the 9th rebound for Kenny Miller. Here comes Hayward. Gives it off to Carter. Carter starts in, fakes, puts a shot up, off no good, but getting the ball going in is Nate Brooks. He tamps it up as he follows up for his 6th point, and it's a 3-point Loyola Rambler lead.
That's what you call a blue-collar effort there. He got his own rebound, he played hard, and he put it in.
From 3-point land, off no good. Kenny Miller and Nate Brooks fighting for the ball, and Brooks comes down with it. Here comes Bankston, the Ramblers coming alive here. Bankston back out at point guard, gives it to the point guard, Carter. Carter over to Hayward. Hayward looks down low. And Hayward from 3, off no good. Tipped by Brooks, no good. Hayward, no good. Hayward gets the rebound, and he is fouled as he puts the ball up. He was fouled before the shot by, I believe it's going to be Ricky Jackson inside. We'll have to wait and see. Well, now, did he say... It had to be 43. There's no 42 out there. It was on Ricky Jackson. I think Bo Paprocki, maybe he's missing a finger on his hand.
He might have said 52. Yeah, Gerard Coleman. Instead of 42, it's 52.
Well, all right. I frankly thought it was the other way around. All right, getting it back and passing inside. He should have put the ball up.
Well, that time he definitely
overpassing. Down it goes Holyfield, up and in. Good move and a good pass as Holyfield has his 8th point.
Caught us snapping on that one. You hate to see that. I know coaches just have a fit when they see that play, because we just relaxed going back on defense.
Carter passing inside, ball taken and stolen, and Nate Brooks gets it back. Beautiful save. Down to Hayward, goes in, an offensive foul on Hayward. As he put his shoulder down, you'll have a chance to see it. You see the disgusted look on Hayward's face, but that was right. He looked like he was going off left tackle.
You might notice also a good effort here by Nate Brooks. He throws it just in time. Now Kenny is underneath, but he can't see him. Good move here.
No question about the foul. Oh, he went off right tackle. Here's Harris from 19 off, no good. And getting it off of there is Nate Brooks. He's come in here in the second half and said, hey, I want to take charge. Carter goes down, throws a prayer up, no good, and getting it off of there is Jackson. Jackson racing down quickly, pulls up. Ricky bounces down to Holyfield. Turnaround 9-footer, he's got it, and we have a new leader at 50-49. The Redbirds on top, and 10 points for Holyfield, who averages 13.6.
Matter of fact, he takes real good shots, Holyfield we're talking about, and his percentage was 60% from the field.
Down low it goes to Carter. He starts to go in, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Coleman and Taphorn.
Well, that was good team defense there. Good help from the weak side, because definitely Kenny was ready to stuff that in. Loyola has 8 turnovers. Illinois State has 5 turnovers. The ball goes into Carter. And here's Nate Brooks going down, and you're going to have a foul call. Now we're going to see how Bo Paprocki puts the hands up for 3. That time it was. That's the third one on Paprocki, and there's timeout on the court. 15:59 to go. It's 50-49 Redbirds. We'll be back. From the country tonight, we have a couple of scores for you also that we'll be giving you in just a couple of minutes. Ball goes out to Carter. Ramblers down by 1. Bankston looking, bouncing down to Carter. Carter drives the baseline, passing inside to Brooks. He goes up for the shot, and it was blocked. Good defense inside. They cut off the passing lane that time, and also the shooting lane. When you got 3 men on a guy, it's pretty tough to get that shot away. This is Tony Holyfield. Out to Taphorn, yeah, for 3. That is his second shot of the night, and it's a 3-pointer, and it's a 4-point Redbird lead. Matter of fact, he's hit all his shots of 3-point range.
And there's a 2-pointer for Hayward. He now has 19 points. He has all but 2 points in the second half for the Ramblers. Taphorn shoots off, no good. He finally missed one. Sent out a prayer. It comes out to Denver, to Jackson. Ricky way out high. Here's Harris. He went around and picked, and the ball slammed over and out of bounds. Awarded to the Redbirds. Good hustle that time by Keith Carter as he went around a couple of picks.
But Red, he got nothing but 2 good outs. You notice there a guy, a young fella up there who is on the bench, and he's getting directions and information from up ahead. A couple of people that are scouting up ahead and that can see from that position a little bit better.
There's the shot up and in beautifully by Bankston for his 9th point. Well, it's Parker Laquetta, who graduated from Kansas State in '85, the assistant coach that is up and giving them directions. We're tied at 53 all. Down inside, getting it Holyfield up, off, no good, and a foul called. I believe Nate Brooks is the culprit, but we'll have to wait and see. Yes, Nate Brooks commits his 2nd foul of the night. 53-53. Here you have a shot of it.
No argument there by Nate Brooks as he hit him on the arm going up.
There you see Parker Laquetta, the assistant coach. That's the one with whom they are conversing. 2 shots coming for Holyfield. He's a 52% shooter. He's got it. It seems like everyone shoots 95% against the Ramblers for some reason. It's on the way. Looks good. It is. Just like an ice-cold bud. Sit back, relax, fans, because this bud's for you. Outside to Bankston. Tim. Over to Carter. Carter goes in, puts it up, no good, but getting it up and in is Hayward. Gerald Hayward with 21 points. You see why he averages 25.4 a game.
He's got a good act of going where the ball is. There again, he snuck in, got good position underneath to get the offensive boards.
55 all. That, incidentally, is the 6th time that we have been tied tonight. The ball goes in to Taphorn from Pekin, Illinois. Taphorn has had 3 3-point tries. Pemberton over to Ricky Jackson. Ricky starts in. Ball slapped away beautifully. Here comes Gerald Hayward. He goes in. Off to Bankston, up and in. Great teamwork. That's what he talked about at halftime.
That's
teamwork.
what you like to hit. That's what you like to see. You make your teammate hustle because he knows that if it's an opportunity, he'll get it and you won't go in all the time on your own.
And there is an offensive foul. That was an excellent call. Terry Anderson made an excellent call. If we have a replay, you'll see why it was an excellent call. He had him all over him. And if we do have a replay, you'll see it right. Well, this is the play before the fact.
Good defensive play by Bankston. Then he goes down on the break and gets it back. That's teamwork. You love to see that. But let's look at this.
Now you watch his arm. Watch his right arm. See, he just pushes right into it. No question about it. Here's Carter from 20, up, off, no good. Hayward has it, up, off, no good. Has it again, up and in. That is endurance, fans. He has 23, and it's a 4-point Ramford lead, the biggest lead of the night for Loyola.
And one thing I said, he's got a good act of going exactly where the ball is on the offensive boards. Hayward does.
Randy Blair looking inside, goes outside to Jackson. Ricky starts inside, turnaround 15-footer, good. That's 9 points for Ricky Jackson. And it's 59-57.
Right now, Keith Carter is doing a real good job on Jeff Harrison. But again, they've had another player take the slack as far as the offense is concerned for Illinois State.
Down low, it goes back out to Bankston. He goes in, turns around, puts it up, off, no good, tip, no good, and getting it, Bankston puts it up, good! Great hustle by Tim Bankston, and the Ramblers are winning the battle of the boards.
And that's what we thought at the beginning of the game. You have to win that, but you got to give a lot of credit to Bankston. He's playing awfully well here.
This is Holyfield for 13, off, no good, and going up is Kenny Miller. Here come the Ramblers. Bankston starts in, turns around, out to Carter from 3. Yeah! And that was a great eyeball by Bankston to Carter.
Oh, you like that because he penetrated down the middle, drove everybody, converged everybody towards him, and threw it out to Carter for the 3-pointer.
And now Bob Donewald calls timeout. He doesn't like what he's seeing. The Ramblers lead 64-57, 11:32 to go in the game. We'll be back after this timeout. Rush along with Jerry Harkness on the play-by-play story. We'll be having some basketball scores for you in a minute. High with the ball out high, Cliff Peterson. Peterson gets away from his man, almost loses it, down on his hands and knees, and out it goes to Pemberton. This is Randy Blair.
Good defense thus far, as I see it. Real good defense here.
Jeff Harris looking from 3, off, no good. And Nate Brooks with another one. He is a tagger here in the second half. Here comes Carter driving down, saves the ball. Out it goes to Brooks, and we're going to have a ball called out of bounds. Loyola has outscored them 11-2. That's right, 11-2. Substitute, Harris going out.
Taphorn coming in, as you notice that Harris took a bad shot in the corner. He's forcing it, and Keith Carter playing real good defense on him. So a good move, I think, by the coach there, Donwell, and bringing Taphorn, who's another threat from 3-point range.
Donewald doing a good job, as always, coaching, and so is Gene Sullivan, fans. I tell you, there's a champion, Gene Sullivan. Right side, Holyfield. Outside to the big guy, Taphorn. This is Pemberton. Pemberton. Jackson over on the far side, Peterson. This is Pemberton. Pemberton stays way out high. Turns around, looks inside, hands it off outside. Holyfield to Ricky Jackson. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Down low, going up, good. Move that time by Tony Holyfield with his 14th point. 10 of them in this half.
And good patient offense by Illinois State. We played good defense. They were patient, waited for the good shot. They got it, and they got 2 points.
Down it goes to Kenny. Back outside to Bankston. He drives in. Hands it up. No, he tries his shot, and he is called for traveling. That's the one thing. His turnovers are a little too many. But I'll tell you, he makes things happen.
Oh, yes, he does. He's one of the main reasons why we have a 5-point lead. But if he cuts that down, we're going to be a much better ball club. As you see there, Loyola 9, Illinois State is 7 as far as turnovers are concerned.
All right, Taphorn down inside to Peterson. Peterson to Jackson. Ricky back. It goes to Jackson. He tries a three-pointer and just off of the iron. Hayward with the rebound. He says, hey, fellas, let's get into it. We've got a 5-point lead. Bankston. And the pass by Bankston intercepted by Holyfield. He's going in, up and in by Holyfield. That was a very poor pass by Bankston. And I've got to tell you, fans, when I say poor pass, I mean poor. 9:14 to go. Sullivan calls timeout. It's the Ramblers 64, Redbirds 61, and we'll be back after this. We've got some other scores in the MCC and around the country for you, thanks to Sports Page, who's really on top of all the scores. First of all, in the big MCC game, Xavier beat St. Louis 100-86. It was Evansville, a winner 85-76 over Butler. All right, down low it goes, and the ball thrown away.
Oh, boy, that's 3 key turnovers there. They kind of hurt because we were playing real good basketball, and all of a sudden they've gotten patient, cut down the momentum of the game, and as a result, we had a problem with it.
And a foul call on Nate Brooks. We'll have to wait and see if it's Nate Brooks. It's on 45. Nate Brooks and Holyfield both with 45, and it was called against Nate Brooks, his third, his second in this half, and the third team foul on the Ramblers in this half. Taphorn triggers it in. It comes over here to Peterson, down low, and going up for a shot was Holyfield, and he was fouled. Holyfield went up. Are they giving him a basket? The foul was called against Nate Brooks.
You notice Kenny blocked it right there. That was goaltending, as the official thought that it was on its way down, and the foul was called also, so he has a chance to tie it. He's been the key for him in the second half, and the comeback by Illinois State is Holyfield.
He has 18 points, and in this half, 14 of the 18 points. It's up and good. He now has 19. And it's all tied at 64, fans. The 7th tie of the night. Here comes Carter. Bankston goes inside, puts it up, and he just shoved it right in.
Oh, that's a good play by the Ramblers. He curls off for that pick on the right-hand side. He's got his left hand to go into the basket. Good move. Good pass by Keith Carter. Well-executed play.
Taphorn out high to Peterson, right side. Holyfield. Holyfield's made everything he's thrown up, and they'll try to get it into it. It goes out to Jackson. Ricky, left side. Right-hand side, it goes to Peterson. Peterson loses the ball, and here comes Carter. He goes up and uses his body to tip up and in by Gerald Hayward. 25 points by Hayward, and the Ramblers lead 68-64. Gerald said before the game, I'm going to take charge.
And he did. A good move there. That's just pure hustle there. Good. Oh.
We're going to have the 5th foul called against Nate Brooks. If that's against whom it is called. He really hustled over after the ball. That's all for Nate. His 5th foul, and Nate is fouled out with 7:41 to go, fans, in the game.
Nate has had a lot of problems throughout the season playing against the best ball players on the other team as far as the forwards are concerned. He's disgusted with himself, especially upset with that last call by the official.
Well, he fouls out with 6 points on the night. Fouling out with 7:41 to go.
Well, we got Antoine Johnson coming in, as you indicated, Red. A little more offense than Nate can give us, but as far as rebounding, we lose a lot when we lose Nate Brooks.
Nate Brooks, who averages 5.3 rebounds. Well, Antoine Johnson, I think what you're really losing is the muscle.
Absolutely.
All right, it comes out here to Peterson. Back over to Taphorn. Down low it goes to Holyfield. Up and in by Holyfield. You also lose that defense, believe me.
Well, what I like about this Illinois State team, they look for the guy that's got the hot hand. Holyfield has got it, and they're going to him.
Goes out to Antoine. Well, I tell you, Antoine's got to play a little more defense.
Well, Nate tried too.
Yes. And there's one blocked out of bounds. Great save by Taphorn. And Hayward wanted a foul call, but Terry Anderson said no siree. Taphorn drives, puts it up, got it to tie it up. That is the 8th tie of the night, 68 all. Taphorn with 8 points, his first 2-pointer.
I like Taphorn because I tell you, he'll give you everything he got. He made the steal, came down, and got the 2 points as well.
Antoine from 20, in and out, no good. Getting at Kenny Miller, and it's stolen from him by Pemberton.
Put the ball on the floor. He had position. All he had to do was go back up with it.
Ricky Jackson can put the Redbirds out in front. Taphorn from 3, off, no good. Underneath Pemberton, puts it up, no good, and it's taken by Bankston. Jim Bankston on the attack, 68 all. Carter drives in the lane, goes up, shoots, he's got it. Keith Carter has his 8th point of the night, and it's a 70-68 score.
Good move by Carter. That was not easy. He had to really put a lot of emphasis on that drive to get it through.
Taphorn down low to Holyfield. Down under, going up, and we're going to have trampling call. He traveled in the lane, did Cliff Peterson, the senior out of Detroit, Michigan. He averages 14.7, but he has zip in this game. Timeout on the court, 5:51 to go, fans. Glad you're aboard. The score, Loyola 70, Redbird 68. We'll be back after this timeout.
True Value Hardware Stores present True Test Painting Tips with Uncle Bob.
Scores around the country. Tonight, especially, Providence lost to Pittsburgh 90-56. South Carolina over Florida State.
Control the ball if anything else. Control that ball.
Jeff Harris had 16 points in the first half. He does not have a point in this half as he's back in the lineup. Here comes Keith Carter. Ramblers 70-68. Carter down to Hayward. On him is Holyfield. Right side it goes Antoine from 14. He's got it. Antoine Johnson with his first basket of this half. And just like that, it's a 4-point lead.
And a good move by Gerald Hayward because the defense was sliding towards him and he threw it cross court and saw Antoine open free for the easy jumper.
Out it goes to Gerard Coleman. This is Ricky Jackson. Jackson passing over here to Holyfield. Holyfield leads the Redbirds in scoring tonight with 21. 17 in this half. Holyfield passing over to Jackson. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson putting a move on Bankston, right side to Harris. Harris fakes left, goes right, jumps a 10-footer off, no good. Tipped up, no good. Tipped again, up and good by Coleman. Coleman got the basket to make it a 2-point game. It's 72-70 Ramblers.
Antoine got the big jump shot and showed his offense, but we needed Nate Brooks for that rebound.
All right, this is Bankston. Carter picked up by Harris. Down here to Hayward. Hayward against Holyfield. Over to Antoine, fakes left, goes right, shoots up, off, no good. And getting it off there, Holyfield, stolen by Bankston, getting it Hayward. He puts it up, he scores! 27 points, and he was fouled, I do believe, by Tony Holyfield.
You got to give a lot of credit there to Bankston. Watch Bankston here. He made the steal, got it off to Gerald Hayward. He fouled as you saw there. He followed through, got the basket, opportunity for a 3-point play.
Now you see that arm come across and get him, and he put it up. And now he's going for his 28th point of the night. It's 74-70.
So a lot of determination and drive in that. Loyola wants this one. It'll be a good win. Illinois State is a good ball club, a good solid ball club.
28 points, 75-70. He is now 4 for 5 from the charity stripe tonight. Here comes Jackson. Passes down to Harris. Ramblers lead by 5. 4:05 to go in the game. Holyfield out to Sonny Roberts. Going over to Coleman. He gets the ball slapped away. Here comes Gerald Hayward. What will he do? He'll stuff it through for 30. And just like that, it's a 7-point game. 77-70. The Ramblers come alive, fans.
Got to play good defense. I knew we had a timeout on that play.
So timeout called by Bob Donowald's Illinois State Redbirds. The score here at courtside, 77-70. Jerry Harkness, Gerald Hayward told the old redhead before the game, and you were listening to him. He said,
yes.
Red, I'm going to do it tonight, and you can tell him that. Well, I was reluctant to tell them. When he missed his first 5 shots, I told him about that. And now I've got to tell you, he's done it. Here's Gene Sullivan. Let's give a listen to him and to Doug Bruno.
Which is possible. And the defense has been the key. As you mentioned, Gerald Hayward has done a great job offensively. And it's taken away a little bit from his defense. He's done a good job defensively as well.
At halftime, Iowa leads Wisconsin 45-22. Here, fans, the Ramblers lead with 3:43 to go, 77-70. Joe Crispino over here with about 15 people right behind Bob Donowald as he was giving Bob a little needle when they had time out there.
Well, I tell you, this is a good Illinois State team, and you can be sure they're not going to give up. This is a key possession there. If Loyola can stop them, and then get possession of it and get a basket, we'll be in good shape. But we have to play good defense right now.
Ricky Jackson against Bankston. Ricky passing over. Taphorn down low, it goes to Verboten, out to Taphorn. He's got his three.
You can't help down low. That's a big basket, and Taphorn is the type of ball player. He did it at Iowa when they came back to beat Iowa. You can't help out on anybody. You got to stay with Taphorn.
All right, Carter out high, gives it to Bankston. He goes against Taphorn, back out to Johnson. Antoine gives it to Carter. 25 seconds on the shot clock. 3:02 on the game clock. Carter against Harris.
They'll look for Gerald Hayward.
Back to Carter. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Antoine puts the shot up, off, no good, and he is fouled.
Now, Red, free throws are key. Very key. It's 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go. You know that they're going to really good move. He goes into him and foul. Good play by Antoine, but more important, free throws.
Well, I have to tell you that Holyfield picked up his 4th foul. Antoine goes to the line for a pair. He's a 51% shooter, and you see why right there.
Well, you can shoot 51, but when you get around 2 minutes or 2 and 3 minutes, you got to show your teammates. You got to come through with the key shots, free throws.
And he did there, nothing but net. That makes it 78-73, a 5-point Rambler lead. With the ball, Ricky Jackson, and a foul called on Hayward as he was chasing Jeff Harris. Hayward commits his 3rd. And that is only the 6th team foul, I do believe. No, they say it's bonus time. Oh, yes, there's the other foul right there. 5 on Nate Brooks.
Red, once again, that double pick down low as we take a look there at Harris. Not scoring in the second half. That's the main reason why we have the 5-point lead.
Well, he got his 17th point. That's his first point of this half. 78-74. Jeff Harris has been unbelievable from the line this year. Jeff, out of Indianapolis, Indiana, has another one. That makes it 78-75, fans. A 3-point game.
And we need a basket, Red, right here. Key basket.
Here comes Carter against Jeff Harris. They've got the double stack. Right-hand side to Gerald Hayward. Back to Carter. They're playing the game in Antoine almost walked. He travels right. He puts a shot up, and then under Hayward has it and has 32. Frankly, I thought that was a very poor selection.
But of course, Hayward being at the right place at the right time again.
Jackson fires a long one, no good. Holyfield gets it in the lane, and a foul called on Antoine Johnson. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, Jerry. Now, you played basketball for a long time. You were a great All-America. You played pro basketball. But I felt that Antoine was really forcing it. They had plenty of time and the lead.
He tried to get open, and he was getting ready. He would have walked with the ball, so he had no alternative but to get rid of it. But yes, he did force it.
Holyfield is 3 for 3, and then he misses that one. Maybe that's the kiss of death when you say it. 80-75, a 5-point lead. He has 21 points, 17 in this half. And he misses that one, and Hayward giving another rebound. And Hayward said, yeah, I've got it, Ben. Less than 2 minutes to go on a 5-point lead. There you see Bob Donewald.
Still plenty of time to go. We got to have good control of the ball.
Bankston passing off, gets the ball slammed away and right back to it.
Lucky there.
Very lucky. I tell you, they really played the passing lanes. Donewald, a well-coached team from Normal, Illinois. Here comes Bankston. 14 seconds on the shot clock, and number 14 has it, Steve Carter. 10 seconds. Carter drives down low, baseline, goes up, shoots, banks off, no good, tip, no good, and Tim Burton gets it. That's the sophomore out of Bloomingdale, Illinois, got it. Right side, the shot by Taphorn off, no good, and who got it? The littlest guy on the court, that's who, Keith Carter.
Oh, that was a key possession there. Keith Carter, as we look at a minute to go in the ball game.
80-75. Carter gives it out to Hayward. They're going to play the clock. Bankston. Now they fouled it. It's 1-1 coming. Sullivan asking for an intentional, but he went for the ball. And the body too. But if you're going to foul anyone, this is the guy to foul, Bankston.
And believe it, they know that. As soon as the ball got in his hands, he went over, Taphorn went over and fouled him. But as we indicated throughout, Red, free throws down the stretch will make the difference. We need these free throws.
Bankston is 1 for 4 from the line. He's got 15 points, which is double his average. Him at the line. What will happen, fans? He takes that deep breath, puts it on the way, and it's off, no good. Tip, no good. Tip again, no good. And giving it is Pembert. Pembert has been just a ton for him. Down here to Taphorn. He shoots the three. Yes, sirree. He's got 14 and timeout called. So that makes it 80-78 here, fans. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to Loyola Basketball on Sports Vision. We call a timeout if they get a basket. But remember, Loyola's got the ball. Now, Loyola with 2 timeouts left. Illinois State with 1. Jerry Harkness, I'd have to keep them. I hate to say this because I don't mean to bum rap the kid. I don't mean it that way. But I'd have to keep the ball away from Bankston, even though he has things happen.
And you can be sure they're going to press all over the court. And Bankston is taking the ball out. That's a good move. You want to try to get the ball in Keith Carter's hand, and if at all possible. He's one of the better free throw shooters out there, as well as Gerald Hayward.
Derek Stokes comes in, and going out is John Pembert. Bankston will trigger it in. And he does to Hayward. That's the guy you want to have the ball. He goes in, passes off, and it's up by Johnson and in, or rather by Kenny Miller and in. His first points of this half.
Stop the
3-point game. Down low, stolen by Bankston. There it goes to Johnson. What will happen? It's up, no good. And Carter follows, but he is fouled by Derek Stokes. Well, if you want anyone at the line, you'd like to have Keith Carter. He is the leading free throw shooter on the team.
And we need two. We need 2 there. Keith Bankston just playing well there.
Keith?
Yeah, I got all concerned. Keith Carter. Bankston playing extremely well.
So Carter will go to the line. They bring Jeff Harris back in.
3-point. They got 2 of them in there, and you can be sure they're going after the 3-point shot.
All right. Keith Carter at the line. He's got 2 coming. He has 8 points in the game. Now he has 9. And fans, I've got to tell you, timeout is called
by Gene Sullivan. Reason there, he wants to make sure when we get back on defense what to do. And I'm sure he's telling them keep them out of the 3-point range.
Well, a 5-point lead. And that's the big thing.
Yeah.
20 seconds to go. If, in fact, they do make this with the wood canvas, it would make it a 6-point lead. And he would just put not token pressure on, but he put enough pressure on. And you'll hear him right here. Here's Gene Sullivan telling him what to do. He already told him.
I'm sure one of the things that he said, one of the things is don't foul because that stops the clock and they get a chance to score.
Doug Bruno, who's talking to him now, as Sullivan was telling him what to do. Now, Doug Bruno is a guy, if anyone deserves to be a head coach, he does.
He's been around. He's paid his dues.
Detroit has got an opening, and hey, if Detroit's listening to the broadcast, Carter at the line, 2 for 2 tonight. He has 9 points. Will he have 10? Yes, fans, nothing but net. 84, 78, a 6-point. Here comes Jackson, knocked away by Bankston. Bankston's going in and lays it up gently. 17 points. That's 2 steals at a critical time for Bankston. It's all over, fans. You can go to the bank. Harris puts it up and has his 20th point, and that's the game. That's the game as the Ramblers emerge triumphant here by a score of 86-80. An outstanding come from behind by the Ramblers, who win it 86-80. And we'll be back with more right after this timeout. Points, 21 for Tony Hollifield, and 9 points for Ricky Jackson to lead their parade. 32 for Hayward, 17 for Bankston, some good steals, as you said. Kenny Miller with 12 points and 10 points for Keith Carter. The final score here tonight, 86-80, and it was a dandy.